wish to urge you to do everything possible to sanitize the polity. You must have an enlightened self-interest, because deepening and sustaining our democracy is in the best interest of all politicians and political parties, as it is for all citizens. We must avoid the temptation to throw away the baby with the bathwater. You must stop overheating the polity. You must continue to promote peaceful conduct and civility in political engagements and in electioneering. And you must stop the riding tendency towards thuggery in campaigns and the elections.
Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, we'll be starting off today, setting the scene, looking at what the chairman of INEC has said, Professor Ayo Arise. Well, Senator Ayo Arise joins us today. He's a member of the People's Democratic Party. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Good morning, and thanks for having me once again.
Good morning. Well, looking at all of this, INEC just had to speak to politicians saying, listen, slow down, guys. Stop overheating the politics. So many of their activities just putting the nation in an unnecessary edge. You agree with him there?
Well, yeah, certainly it's a good advice. I think we all have to be cautious. You know, we have just this one country, and we need to sustain the growth and development, and even the growth of the political system and the democratic structures that we're just nurturing. I think we should give ourselves time to get up there. I agree with him.
You know, when we talk about overheating the polity, that's not the first time we've heard statements or that particular phrase or line.
Yes.
What exactly, because you're also a politician, what exactly do they do? What kinds of comments does come out of people like yourself that would amount to overheating the polity?
Well, I figure it's this perpetual struggle for office, you know, and like I have said, times without number, the most lucrative job in this country today is politics. It's not a scientific invention. It's not even a business venture. It is politics. So as long as it remains the best way towards acquiring massive wealth, we will always have this problem. The struggle will be perpetual. So we just need to do something in terms of ensuring that we begin to open new vistas of through which people can actually achieve success and be very relevant in society. I think attempts are going on towards recognizing people in the industry through the unprecedented award of two grand commanders, you know, for people who have done very well in business. And we need to begin to reward excellence in other sectors so that people will feel fulfilled outside being, you know, governors or senators or president or whatever. So, we should ensure that we put the laws that we make to work for our people. The judiciary has a very big role to play, and once we know that public service is not synonymous with wealth acquisition, people will begin to look for other means.
Does it even have to be that way? Because I've heard people say that, well, it's a developing economy, and so politics, yes, can be like that for now, but is that the case? Should that really be the case?
Well, it's I don't think so, because we have passed through many stages in this country. We've had times when we were celebrating the likes of Chief Adebo, you know, the United Nations of those days, where we celebrated the likes of Agoda in the judiciary and many people. So, but you hardly have people now outside politics that you can say, oh, these are the people that this country is not promoting. So for me, I believe we can still get back to that kind of lifestyle. There were times when we were growing up, professors were, you know, they were held in high esteem in this country, and everybody had a level of satisfaction, job satisfaction. Today, the dynamics has completely changed, because I mean, you could see local government chairmen now wealthier than professors, wealthier than doctors. So some of these are issues that we have to really address critically. Otherwise, we'll become a nation of politicians. We will not be able to achieve anything in terms of technological advancement. So long as the encouragement is not there, that if you have done well, you know, in your profession, you are recognized to high heavens, you are given at par what politicians can achieve, you know, even when they become governors. So all this, or even beyond that, I believe is a fundamental thing that we all need to look at and begin to change our orientation, you know, gradually. Yeah.
One of the groups that could help achieve what you just talked about is the National Assembly. They can play a very, very leading role, even if they were to go by, yeah, they can play a leading role. To stop at that.
Yes, the National Assembly, yes, they're there to make laws. These laws, they need to be implemented. So the executive has even a more serious role. You see, what is the use if you make a law and it's not being enforced? Or in an attempt to enforce it, you get to the judiciary, you find out that there are so many intrigues. Of course, the lawyers have a role to play as well. That is what they're paid to do. But once people begin to see frustrations, you know, in implementation of the laws, then the question is, when would the role of the National Assembly be seriously felt, you know, in that respect? For example, if there is a law that says you cannot campaign X, Y number of days before, you know, so happens, it has to be respected. And that has to be enforced. And of course, if the constitution of this country says that the president is entitled to run 2 terms to be president, then why would people say that constitutionally somebody is not entitled to do that?
Then why would anyone ever thought of giving up his constitutional rights? Because we've also heard that politicians, they make statements, they make comments, they pledge, they make promises to say, I know I'm constitutionally empowered to go twice, but I would just go once.
Oh yes, that is not the Constitution. That does not abrogate your right to that seat. What you said is now a question of your own, it's a moral issue now. It's not a constitutional issue.
It's very important.
Yes,
you know,
it is.
I'm happy because you also,